Okay, we're back. That is the first time the battery has died, so you guys are probably seeing a new part of the video here. We're going to look at my PAL tapes right now. I'm going to go ahead and get that section out of the way, and then we can get on to box sets and other things. Just a quick explanation for my North American viewers. If you are unfamiliar with what PAL is, much what we have here is VHS. It is the exact same thing as VHS. The difference is the coding. We have what they call NSTC here in the United States, and they have PAL there. Unless you had a worldwide converter type VCR about 12 years ago, I got one and it lasted up till, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You really couldn't watch things from other countries. And once I bought this Iowa VCR that I have, and I've probably shown it before, it powers on everything, but it eats tapes really bad, so I don't watch it anymore. But I used to buy things from different companies in the UK because they had a lot of great content, especially concert, music type stuff. They used to release a lot of television episodes we didn't get here in the United States and Canada. I'm going to show you some of my Simpsons tapes. I have quite a bit of these. These are some of the few things that I really accumulated a lot of in the early 2000s. And this is the Simpsons backstage. A lot of these got re-released on DVD, and some of them even come to the United States as little promotional DVDs. But Tele2 Springfield's Homer Palooza, Homer's Barbershop Quartet, and The Auto Show is what's on this one. All these are basically the same. When you open them up, they look like that and have the UK information there. So I'm not going to show a lot of these, but they're all basically these same kind of like hard clamshell cases. The only difference is some of them are yellow and some of them are not, but a great majority of them were yellow. This is the Simpsons Greatest Hits, is Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire, the very first Simpsons episode. Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song, the 100th episode. Trash of the Titans, the 200th episode. Bart Gets an F, the Simpsons episode with the highest U.S. ratings. And Lisa's First Words, Maggie Speaks for the very first time. So that's what's on that one. This one actually got really popular because of the cover. This one is called The Simpsons Strike Back, Bart Wars, Mayor to the Mob, Dog of Death, The Secret War of Lisa Simpson, and Marge Be Not Proud. So that's what's on this one. This one, I believe, did get a DVD release in the United States eventually. On your marks, get set, dough. Faith Off, The Homer They Fall, Lisa on Ice, Dancing Homer. So that's what's on that one. Simpsons Crime and Punishment. This one's got Marge in Chains, Homer the Vigilante, You Only Move Twice, and Bart the Fink. This one is Viva Los Simpsons, Homie the Clown Springfield, Viva Ned Flanders, Homer at the Bat. Simpsons Raiders of the Lost Fridge. This one's got Guess Who's Coming to Criticize Dinner, King Size Homer, which was one of my all-time favorite episodes. I laugh so hard every time I watch that still to this day. Burns Berufhoffen der Kraftwerk. I'm not saying that correctly, I'm almost for certain. Lisa the Vegetarian. The Simpsons Film Festival. This one has Beyond Blunderdome, Itchy and Scratchy the Movie, which is really good. I like that one. 22 short films about Springfield. That's also another good one. A Star is Burns. This one's called The Simpsons Love Springfield Style. This one has Bart's girlfriend, the two Mrs. Nahash P. Patalans. It's, of course, if you're familiar with Apu, that's his last name. I can't really say it that well. I'm with Cupid. It's a mad, 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 mad Marge. This one is TheSimpsons.com, back during all the craze of the interwebs. This one's got Treehouse of Horror 10, Itchy and Scratchy Land, Das Bus, Homer Goes to College. That's a pretty funny one also. This one is called The Simpsons Heaven and Hell. This one has Bart Sells His Soul, In Marge We Trust, Treehouse of Horror 4. This is back when that wasn't even out on DVD yet. Homer the Heretic. This is a cool one. It has X-Files covers here. This is The Dark Secrets of The Simpsons. Springfield Files, which is actually the episode that shows that, Homer the Great, Lisa the Iconoclast, and Homer Badman. That Homer Badman, I actually remember when that was on television, the promo of Homer reaching for that girl's butt, but he was actually reaching for something that was sticking. It was like candy and stuck to her pants. The last one here is The Simpsons, The Last Temptation of Homer. Simpsons and Delilah, One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Bluefish, which is kind of a funny one. Homer Alone, I always liked that one. Colonel Homer, I remember that one fondly when I was much younger. And that's all the Simpsons I have. I will also show you guys this. This is basically the first season of Family Guy that came out like in '99 or whatever it was, way back there. The first volume, and this has 2 tapes here. Family Guy back when it wasn't available on DVD here. B&L, Bare Naked Ladies. In the UK and Canada, there's a lot more stuff that we don't get here. But this is one that's actually really good. I enjoy this a lot. I actually had this on Region 2 DVD also somewhere. But I like the Bare Naked Ladies, and this is actually directed by Jason Priestley. He's a big fan. And this is kind of like a concert, but it's also behind the scenes, which is really, really funny, showing them out on the road and how crazy it is and kind of like what these guys are like. This one I found randomly pretty close to my area, and I'm sure somebody bought it and then found out they couldn't watch it. This is Michael Jackson Moonwalker. This tape here, I'm almost for certain it's PAL, but I couldn't tell you for sure. All I know is it has the logos like that. I've never attempted to watch it. But if you've never seen Michael Jackson Moonwalker, it's a crazy one. I've got it on Laserdisc, and that's where I've watched it last. And Reeling with PJ Harvey. If you're a fan of PJ Harvey, this is something that I've never found in the U.S. It might be out on DVD now. Of course, it's been like 10, 12 years since I looked this up, but this is something I think that came out in the mid-90s, back when she was really, really popular. And that basically sums up the individual PAL tapes I've got. Now I'm going to show you some of my PAL box sets. Back when we were getting DVD releases very slowly, the UK already had a lot of DVD releases for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and they were getting VHS tape sets also, which is very odd. We've never had a full season VHS set release here in the United States. But what they were doing is they would release the VHS in parts. You'd get a part 1, and then several months later you'd get a part 2. But you'd get the part 1 during the same season that was actually being aired on television. You would just get it towards the end, and you would only get the first half. What they would do is then, after the season was over, a little bit while later, they would give you part 2, and then way after that you would get a DVD release. Well, of course, I was so impatient to get the tapes and to watch the season again that I was buying them. This is Season 6 Collection Part 1, which has episodes 1 through 11, plus has a little bit of special stuff. It says includes the extended musical episode that wasn't, on television extended, but it's in widescreen, which was kind of a big deal at the time. Not a lot of stuff was in widescreen back then, not like in 2001. So that has individual tapes that look like so. Don't necessarily have to go into all of this. They're all very similar, but I do own that still to this day. Season 6 Collection Part 2, which has a similar look, except for it's purple instead of red. And then the tapes look like this. So this basically has episodes 12 through 22. There are 22 episodes in Season 6, so once you get the 2 box sets together, you have Season 6. In fact, I think if you line them up, it actually shows a design that kind of goes together like so. Kind of. The color kind of comes and goes on those, so. But that's what it's supposed to look like. And then I also have Season 7 of Buffy. Now on this one, they did some really bizarre things. This is Season 7, 1 through 11. This is what the box looks like. A lot harder box than what you would get here in the United States. And then this is the tapes. This is what they look like. But yes, this has episodes 1 through 11. And then they came out with this Season 7 Collection Part 2. And if you'll notice what they did there, maybe you can see it, they did episodes 11 through 22. And at first that may not catch you as odd, but if you think about it, This is episodes 1 through 11, and this is episodes 11 through 22. So oddly enough, somebody screwed up in such a weird way that there's actually episode 11 is on both of these sets. I don't really know why it was done that way. I can't imagine it was done that way on purpose, but it does exist. And then I also have one thing of Angel. Angel came out season 4 at the same time as season 7. This is episodes 1 through 11 of Angel, season 4. And let me show you some of these tapes just so you can get an idea of what the tape looked like. The inside of these actually have artwork like a DVD would, sort of. But it's a clear tape, so it's reversible art to the front cover. And the tapes themselves have these stickers on them, but they also have promos for Buffy down here. It's a very odd place to put advertising, because every time you eject that tape, you're like, is this a Buffy tape? It's actually an Angel tape. I remember doing that several times. So that's 1 through 11. This is very similar. This is 12 through 22. They actually did this one correctly. But a lot of cool stuff. It's very similar art style on all of these. They would take a lot of promotional photos, and then they would kind of draw up this artwork design, and they would just kind of drop those in, all these promotional photos, so you get very similar things. They had trading cards that were done by a different company that used almost the exact same photos that they did for things like this, and for posters, and for soundtracks, and all kinds of things.